Good afternoon and welcome to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, your airport. We are delighted that you have all joined us today for this special air service development announcement. It's something that's momentous here in Cleveland, something that we've been working on with a number of community stakeholders for quite some time. My name is John Hogan and I oversee the air service development efforts here at the airport, and again, I welcome you. We have a list of dignitaries, community stakeholders, very special people to Cleveland that have all made this happen today and the reason why we are here today. We are going to start with one gentleman who will probably be the star of the show. I'm not going to give you any information about his organization. Anybody have any ideas? And he is what they call the Chief Strategy and Planning Officer. This is a very important, critical position at any airport, and we're delighted that he came all the way from Dublin to join us today. I introduce to you Mr. Reid Moody.
Honourable Lieutenant Governor, Honourable Mayor, Honourable County Executive, Honourable Ambassador, Cuyahoga County President, Airport Director, members of the Northeast Ohio business community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a huge honour to be in Cleveland today. There's been a lot of speculation why Aer Lingus is in your good city today, so I'll get straight to the good news. I travelled from Dublin to Cleveland yesterday via Chicago. That journey took almost 13 hours, plus a sprint between terminals at O'Hare Airport. So I'm delighted to reveal that from May 19th next year, that same journey will only take 8 hours, as the good people of Cleveland and beyond will be able to fly non-stop to Dublin with Aer Lingus. Not only will Aer Lingus connect you to Ireland, but via Dublin Airport, our hub, travellers from Cleveland can connect onwards to more than 20 European destinations, including London, Paris, Amsterdam, Manchester, Edinburgh, and many, many more. Dublin Airport is perfectly situated to offer you seamless connections to the UK and mainland Europe. And on your return, with pre-clearance of US immigration, you'll exit here as a domestic passenger when you land back in Hopkins International. The new service will be operated on our most sustainable long-haul aircraft, the Airbus A321neo long range. This next generation aircraft delivers up to 20% reduction in fuel burn and CO2 emissions, and close to 50% reduction in noise when compared to previous generation aircraft. On board, we'll have 16 seats in our business class cabin, where our business travellers will enjoy fully lie-flat beds and luxury dining. There are 168 seats in our economy cabin, where customers will enjoy complimentary meals and drinks. All passengers, both business and economy, will have access to wireless internet and will experience the very best in in-flight entertainment. The announcement of the Cleveland route is an important milestone for Aer Lingus. Since the pandemic, we have been focusing on rebuilding our connectivity, and it's a real step forward for the airline to announce a brand new destination. Cleveland will be our 15th North American destination from Ireland, and our 18th if we include our new Manchester, UK base. Today wouldn't be possible without the support of everyone here. The teams on both sides of the Atlantic have worked really well together. I would like to give my appreciation to all the teams involved. I would like to say a particular thanks to Jobs Ohio, Team NEO, Cuyahoga County, City of Cleveland, and Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. I'm very confident that together we can make the route a huge success. So, on behalf of Aer Lingus, I'm delighted to officially announce Cleveland as our newest destination. I can confirm booking is now live on aerlingus.com, so there's no better time to book your next trip. We look forward to welcoming you on board an Aer Lingus flight between Cleveland and Dublin in the very near future. Thank you all very, very much.
It takes more than just a local community to make something like this happen today. We are so pleased to have Aer Lingus as part of our airport community, our city community, but it goes way beyond that, and that includes our state, the state of Ohio. We could not have done it without their efforts, along with all the other stakeholders and partners. We are honored to have a special guest from Columbus, the Honorable John Husted, and he is our Lieutenant Governor from Ohio, and we welcome him. Lieutenant Governor.
Well, good afternoon, and it's a very exciting announcement. Cleveland to Ireland, Cleveland to Europe, Europe to Cleveland. I'm only sorry, Mr. Ambassador, we didn't get this done sooner. And it's really exciting. Another good day to wear my Irish tie. And I want to thank Aer Lingus for their commitment to Northeast Ohio and the state of Ohio. I want to acknowledge the partnership that we have here between Jobs Ohio, City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, Greater Cleveland Partnership, Destination Cleveland, and Team NEO, because without that collaboration, today would not happen. I always say those who collaborate best are the ones that win, and today, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, and the people who call this area home are the winners. I want to just detail a couple of highlights. Europe is currently the #1 unserved market with no direct service from Cleveland Hopkins Airport, with 320 passengers departing Cleveland daily for destinations in Europe, and the same is true for return travelers. With connections to 103 destinations in 20 countries, the Dublin Airport allows businesses and leisure travelers from the greater Cleveland area, Northeast Ohio region to reach transatlantic destinations with greater ease and fewer stops along the journey. And the initial projections are that this will have an $85 million economic impact during the first 3 years of this commitment. Look, Ohio is on the rise. Northeast Ohio is prospering. There are great companies here like Sherwin-Williams, Lincoln Electric, Parker Hannifin, Eaton, all who are expanding their footprint, not to mention Ford, who's announced a next generation of trucks that will be built in Northeast Ohio. I will also mention Intel. Intel has, as it builds its footprint in Ohio, 4,900 employees in Ireland and a major investment there. This will also serve the people in that sector of the economy. In Ohio right now, we're creating jobs faster than we can find people to fill them. So because we have aggressively pursued a growth strategy for business, people, talent, and services that support them. This is important to that ecosystem of prosperity. And during the pandemic, coming out of the pandemic, Governor DeWine and I met with Jobs Ohio, and they outlined part of the aggressive strategy it was going to take to get this done. I want to acknowledge Terry Slabaugh from Jobs Ohio, because Terry was a driving force behind this. He's the one that convinced us that this was possible, that it was and that something that we knew was necessary was possible. That's why it's important to hire people with background and talent. Terry's worked at 3 different airports during the course of his career. He understood the industry. You brought that together with the collaboration. It makes moments like this happen. And that's what brought us here today. And so I want to thank all of those partners, but I want to remind everyone in the viewing area, all of Northeast Ohio, we've won the service. Now we've got to use it, to keep it, and to prove to people that we can do this in Northeast Ohio and that we can expand our footprint, both from a business, leisure travel point of view. Today, everyone wins. Aer Lingus, the people of Ireland, but mostly the people of Northeast Ohio. And I want to take this opportunity now to transition to someone that I've gotten to know over the course of this year, that we've built a strong working relationship, the Mayor of Cleveland, Justin Bibb.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. Today is a great day for Cleveland and a great day for Cuyahoga County. You know, before we kick things off this afternoon, I was talking to Ambassador Crawford, and he said, Mr. Mayor, you know, it's taken us 7 years to get this deal done. Well, Mr. Ambassador, you may not know this, but 7 is my lucky number. So it must be destiny that today is the day we announce this amazing partnership with Aer Lingus. And you know, this direct flight from Cleveland to Europe has a special connection to me. As a junior in college, I won a scholarship to study abroad in London at the London School of Economics. And I had the great fortune to take my mom to her passport, and we took a direct flight from Cleveland to Heathrow Airport in London. Now, 14 years later, we can take another direct flight from Cleveland to Dublin to continue that journey back to Europe. So I also want to thank all the great partners that made this partnership possible, to the great leadership of the Lieutenant Governor and Governor DeWine and all the great leaders at Jobs Ohio, to our great leaders on City Council who made sure we can get this done all across the city of Cleveland, and to the County Executive and the County Council President for your partnership. When we all work together, there is no stopping our potential as a city and as a region, and the best is yet to come across the great city of Cleveland, Ohio. So again, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in Dublin very, very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, Mayor. Now, our next guest we'd like to bring up is someone I think claims a little bit of Irish ancestry. I'll let him talk about that a little bit more, but our Councilman Kerry McCormick, who's a councilman, but in addition, a part of our Transportation Committee chair, and an overall nice guy, Kerry McCormick.
Well, good afternoon. As the mayor noted, a great day in the city of Cleveland. My name is Kerry McCormick, and I have the privilege of serving on Cleveland City Council. I also chair our Transportation Committee, and I also speak today on behalf of Council President Blaine Griffin. I'd like to acknowledge a few folks that are here with us today. Ward 17 Councilman who represents the airport, Charles Slife, is with us today. I'd also like to recognize two other integral Irish Cleveland organizations that are with us here today, the Irish American Archives and the West Side Irish American Club. If you could raise your hands. We appreciate everything that you do on a daily basis. As has been stated before, this is a big day for the city of Cleveland. This is an investment in our community, our business community, our leisure travel to Ireland. This accompanies a $2 billion master plan that the city of Cleveland is partaking on to modernize and bring our airport as to one of the best in the United States of America. So this couldn't come at a better time to welcome Aer Lingus to the city of Cleveland as we work to make sure that Cleveland Hopkins International Airport is one of the best in the country. Also as a member of the Irish American diaspora, my family is from Mayo and Roscommon. I'll just say that we're so excited to have this international flight fly directly to Dublin, and I'll say that there are many of us in Northeast Ohio that can't wait to take a direct flight back to the home country. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Councilman. Next, I'd like to bring up our county executive from the county of Cuyahoga. Again, another stakeholder and someone that's been involved with our efforts to bring this service here to Cleveland. I introduce to you our county executive, the Honorable Armin Budish.
Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. It's great to actually be at the airport and actually see the mayor. I usually come to the airport and I hear his voice welcoming everybody, but I don't get to see his body, so he's here today. We're very proud to be partners in this project. We need direct flights to Europe. We need a direct flight to Dublin, and this really is an important move forward for Cuyahoga County and Cleveland. It's good for tourists, for visitors, people who want to visit family and friends in Dublin and in Europe. It's good for people who just want to visit the sites in Dublin and in Europe. It's good for businesses, and I want to emphasize that. I have heard from businesses over and over again that they need these flights to Europe directly. They don't want to go through New York. They don't want to go through Chicago. It is very difficult. It's time consuming, and time is money for businesses. I've spoken to, is Jack Schron still here? Councilman Schron from County Council. His business, Juergens, Jack's always jetting around the world, and this will make it easier for Jack to spend a little more time in Cuyahoga County. I want to thank everybody who was a part of this. County Council, of course, Purnell Jones is going to speak to you in a minute. He's the president. We can't do anything. I can't do anything in Cuyahoga County without Purnell and County Council, and they're great partners. I also am used to now seeing Lieutenant Governor John Husted at all these good events that are coming to Northeast Ohio. I want to thank Jobs Ohio, Team NEO, City of Cleveland and Mayor Bibb, Destination Cleveland, and Aer Lingus, particularly Aer Lingus. Thank you for bringing these flights to Cleveland. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive. Now, as our County Executive just mentioned, he could not do the job without the Cuyahoga County President of Council, and that would be County President Purnell Jones Jr., and I'd like to introduce him at this point.
Good afternoon, everyone. As it has already been said, this truly is a great day. The investment that's being made will give us an opportunity to just promote the city of Cleveland and our region throughout to the world. So it's an exciting day. I'd like to acknowledge my colleague again, Councilman Jack Schron, who has been a powerful advocate for this day. So again, I'd like to start by just thanking everyone who made this partnership possible, and to welcome Aer Lingus to Cleveland and to Cuyahoga County. I know Aer Lingus has a storied history, founded nearly a century ago as Ireland's national airline. We're excited to have them come to Cleveland, a city that is equally storied, the city of Cleveland, and was built in large part by Irish immigrants. The addition of non-stop routes to Dublin would not only give our residents the opportunity to conveniently travel to Ireland and dozens of international destinations in Europe and beyond, but it will also give international travelers, both tourists and businesses, more opportunities to come and see what our region has to offer. So again, I just want to take a moment and thank those partners here, Jobs Ohio, Team NEO, the City of Cleveland, the Mayor and Council President Blaine Griffin and all of the Cleveland City Council, Destination Cleveland, and of course Aer Lingus. Again, thank you for this incredible day.
Thank you, County Council President, for those great words. I've never heard Aer Lingus stated so many times in one day. It really has a nice ring to our ear. All I can say is the long, long road to Tipperary just got shorter today with this announcement. We definitely have a few more individuals that have made this a possibility here. And now I'd like to move into our airport director. We need his leadership as we move along, allowing us to go out and make sure that we knock on the right doors, bring the right airlines to the table. I introduce to you our airport director, Mr. Dennis Kramer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. At its core, the purpose of an airport is to bring economic vitality to a city, to a region, and to a community. And so this air service today that we're announcing helps us realize that vision. Our vision here at the airport is to empower Cleveland's diverse community to connect with the world. This air service and the partnership with all the folks that made this possible are helping us here at the airport realize our vision. We are empowering Cleveland's diverse community to connect with the world. The businesses here and all the residents here are more connected today, or will be when this service starts, moving forward. So similar to everyone else, I want to thank all of our partners and stakeholders that made this possible today. Thank all of you for being here. And a special thanks to Aer Lingus for joining us and being a partner here at the CLE community. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Director. Our county executive mentioned an individual that has been heavily involved with this ever since he was involved in establishing the state's air service restoration program a few years back. I don't think I need to mention any more about the gentleman. He's definitely been instrumental. I'd like to introduce Mr. Terry Slabaugh, the Vice President of Sites and Infrastructure at Jobs Ohio. Terry.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Jobs Ohio, on behalf of our CEO and President, J.P. Nassif, and our Chairman, Bob Smith, who hails from Cleveland, want to congratulate the Cleveland community. You know, our board, in 2020, going into the pandemic, we stood up the Air Service Restoration Program, really recognizing we were going to have an opportunity to gain air service for the state of Ohio. I don't think we realized how quickly those opportunities were come, that we'd be standing here today and be announcing international air service as part of the program. We've done, up until now, 18 domestic routes. We've added about 250,000 passenger seats to the inventory in the state of Ohio. It's really exciting today to be able to stand here and talk about international service coming to Ohio. You know, at Jobs Ohio, we talk about two things: the generational opportunity for the state, and I think we're living that right now, and this announcement today is another piece of that, but also the partnerships, and everyone today talked about that. We can't do what we do at Jobs Ohio without the great partnership we have with Governor DeWine and the Lieutenant Governor, John Husted. But the partnership that we have here in Cleveland with everyone that spoke today is really what makes projects like these move forward. I want to just call out special recognition to our regional partner, Team NEO, one of 6 regional partners that we have across the state, and their CEO, Bill Kaler, is instrumental in putting this together. Congratulations, Cleveland. Looking forward to next May when we see that beautiful airplane pull into the Cleveland airport. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Well, Terry went ahead and mentioned our next guest, and I have to say it, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a gentleman that really knows how to roll up his sleeves, not only for the airport, but also the community. I introduce Mr. Bill Kaler with Team NEO, the CEO of this important organization that has helped us along the way.
Good afternoon, everyone. So proud to be here today to have an opportunity to see some really, really good work from so many in the community come to fruition. I say a lot of times economic development is the ultimate team game. For many of those of you who are not in it every day, it also can be very complex, sometimes messy, but incredibly gratifying when you have an opportunity to stand here talking about some work that we have done together with some great partners from the city council, from the mayor, the county exec, county council, our partners in economic development, Destination Cleveland, GCP, and many others who give us an opportunity to do things like this every day. This is a key competitiveness issue for our region, and we're proud to be a part of that. The public-private partnership that is demonstrated here as we think about not only how we attack this issue, but issues around sites, issues around supply chain resilience, issues around workforce. These are the things we can do together. And I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to be associated with Jobs Ohio, the Lieutenant Governor and his team, who have enabled us to make this happen, but also work on these other key competitiveness issues we have to make our community the strong business community that we think it can be. So thank you for being here. We appreciate your support. And I will be on one of those flights for sure. I would invite all of you to do the same. Thank you.
Sounds like that first flight's going to be full, so grab your tickets while you can. Next up on the list is a gentleman and his organization that's been involved with air service development ever since I joined the airport system 7 years ago. We have really expanded the community involvement of this, and when I first joined, it was ourselves and the Greater Cleveland Partnership. I'd like to introduce to you the President and CEO, Mr. Raiju Shah. Would you please join us?
Thank you, John. You know, we've been saying a lot of gratitude to all of the partners, but I don't think we've said a gratitude to John. John is a passionate advocate for the airport, a passionate advocate for adding services to our airport, and thank you for the work that you've done. You know, as John mentioned, we are the Greater Cleveland Partnership. We are the region's business chamber of commerce, and with over 12,000 members, we are actually the largest chamber of commerce in the country. And for us, air services has always been a priority, and especially air services direct service to Europe. We've got an air services committee of around 30 companies, many of which the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, that when they heard about this opportunity, the opportunity for direct service by Aer Lingus to Europe, it checked all the boxes. Our business community is looking for a business quality carrier, looking for a destination that is important to business, and connections beyond, as the Chief Strategy Officer said, not only to Europe, but also to the Middle East and North Africa. So we're excited to be a part of this partnership. Our theme at the Greater Cleveland Partnership is to be all in. It describes sort of our mindset, our spirit, and our values. What we've been saying is when we're all in, as we have been talking about the partnership, as a community, public, private, and philanthropic, when we're all in, we all win. And today is one of those examples of what all in to all win means. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Baiju. I also like to mention 7 years ago, I want to do a shout out to a gentleman that's been around, and that is Mr. John Luderan. If he could just wave his hand. He was there 7 years ago. So thank you, John, for your effort over the years. Not only do we have to sell tickets from Cleveland to Dublin and beyond to all points in Europe, we need to attract individuals and passengers and travelers here to Cleveland as well. It's a two-way street. The flight goes both ways, not just one way. So we have an instrumental organization in town called Destination Cleveland. They go out and they've been quite a partner to us as well, promoting Cleveland, promoting the airport, to bring people in, welcoming people, and they do a fantastic job. So I'd like to introduce at this point the Vice President of Convention Sales and Services, Mr. Gordon Taylor. Gordon.
Thank you, John. Thanks, everybody. I am Gordon Taylor. I'm Vice President of Convention Sales and Services for Destination Cleveland. And on behalf of our CEO, David Gilbert, and our entire organization, I can't tell you how excited we are about this announcement. It's definitely a game changer for Cleveland, for the state of Ohio, and for all of our surrounding communities. Destination Cleveland, from a group standpoint, from our meetings and conventions, this is definitely going to help us compete more. We know by having these direct flights, we're going to be able to attract more people to stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, go to our amazing attractions, and infuse more money into our local economy. So we can't wait for these flights to start landing in our city and show all those passengers on Aer Lingus everything that the land has to offer. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gordon. Before I introduce our last guest, there's also been a number of individuals behind the scenes that have been involved with in this project to move forward. On the airport side, I'd like to recognize a John Gorsmeyer and a Michelle Dinya. If you could wave your hand there. They're the ones that have done the heavy lifting behind the scenes. Also from Team NEO, I'd like to point out Mr. Mark Owens. Mark, can you raise your hand there, who has been attached to my hip for I don't know how many years now, and ready to make the loosen the ties there, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. And there's been a numerous other individuals that have made this happen. It's definitely a team effort. It definitely takes a lot of individuals, and my gratitude, the airport's gratitude, and the city's gratitude goes out to each and every one of you. Now, our last guest is quite special. I've known him for a number of years, and if you have to call an individual Mr. Cleveland Irishman, it is this individual. And he's been around for a while. He's promoted Cleveland, he's promoted Ireland, and he held the distinction of being the previous U.S. ambassador to Ireland, and he's actually here in Cleveland and from Cleveland, a true Clevelander. I introduce the Honorable Edward Crawford.
Aren't we lucky? It's a beautiful day, what they call in Ireland soft rain, and didn't seem so soft yesterday. Mayor, I'm glad you're here finally. 7 years I've waited for you. She told me you were coming. No, this is quite an experience. I've been involved in this project for 7 years. My mother and father were both born in Ireland. You know, they came here as immigrants. Cleveland's been my home. It's been a very successful and wonderful place to be. This getting into international airspace is a very, very, very important and very prestigious way of looking at it. And Aer Lingus, you made a decision, the right decision. We will not disappoint you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Now I'd like all the speakers to remain on stage, and we're going to move a few things around, so just bear with us for just a few seconds.